Are you looking for the best cameras for beginners? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best cameras for beginners on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1, Fujifilm X-S10. The Fujifilm X-S10 may be the priciest option on our list, but it's also one of the most well-rounded, with features that'll suit both new and more advanced users. It's been superseded by the Fujifilm X-S20, but that model is notably pricier, and beginners will get just as much out of the X-S10. It's a well-built camera with a fully articulated screen and a comfortable hand grip, and it's one of the few cameras you'll find at this price point with in-body image stabilization, IBIS, which can come in handy when shooting at slower shutter speeds or recording handheld video. Inside, the camera uses the same sensor as the enthusiast-oriented Fujifilm X-T4, capturing fantastic images right out of the box. Fujifilm's beloved film simulation profiles are also a blast to play around with and allow beginners to change up the look of their photos without having to do any post-processing. That said, buying a more expensive camera body off the bat also leaves less room in your budget to buy better lenses. So, if you're still unsure what kind of photos you enjoy taking, you probably won't be squeezing the full value out of a higher-end camera like this until you've got more experience. Number 2, Nikon Z50. If you want to save a bit compared to the Fujifilm X-S10, the Nikon Z50 is another great choice for beginners. You'll get a solid kit lens with it for the same price as the X-S10, body only. It's a well-built camera with weather sealing, a tilting screen that can flip down for selfies, and a large high-res viewfinder for a clear view of your subjects. It's also a good choice for action photography, thanks to a decent autofocus system and a quick burst rate. However, unlike the X-S10, this camera doesn't have in-body image stabilization. Though it doesn't have the highest resolution sensor among its peers, it still delivers excellent image quality and performs well in low light. Nikon cameras are also known for their excellent ergonomics. Just be aware that lens support is still relatively limited for Nikon's mirrorless Z mount, especially if you're considering APS-C options. Number 3. Canon EOS R50. The Canon EOS R50 is one of the best cameras for photography beginners on a budget. With a portable body, it's a great camera to take on the go. Its simple controls and intelligent auto shooting modes also make it ideal for novice shooters. Plus, its autofocus system is very reliable, with a range of subject detection modes to ensure your subject stays in focus, no matter what kind of subjects you're interested in. It's a solid choice if you're also interested in video and vlogging, with 4K recording at up to 30 FPS and surprisingly advanced video specs for the price. That said, it doesn't have the longest battery life for video. If you want something more portable for travel, the Olympus OMD EM10 Mark IV is another great budget camera. The R50 is a bit cheaper and has a more effective autofocus system, but the Olympus is part of the Micro Four Thirds system, which offers more lens options and makes for a more portable overall kit. The Olympus is also one of the very few budget options to feature IBIS for steadier handheld shooting. Number 4, Canon EOS Rebel T7. EOS 2000D. If you want something truly cheap and don't want to risk buying a used camera, the Canon EOS Rebel T7 EOS 2000D is the most affordable DSLR Canon offers and the best camera for beginners on a very tight budget. It's a real back-to-basics camera with very few bells and whistles. You won't find a tilting screen or even 4K video recording here, let alone more advanced features. So, why are we recommending this ultra-basic DSLR from 2018? Because if this is the only camera on the list that you can afford, then it's worth it if it gets you out there shooting. Number 5, Nikon D3500. If you're completely new to photography, the Nikon D3500 is one of the best digital cameras for beginners, thanks to its unique interactive guide mode, built right into the mode dial. The guide mode walks you through the camera's features in simplified terms so you can learn the ropes of photography as you go. While it doesn't have all of the extra features you'll find on newer, more advanced mirrorless models like the Canon EOS R50, the D3500 does have an excellent high-resolution sensor that punches above its class, plus a ton of high-quality lens options, so you can still take beautiful photos and upgrade your kit as your skills grow. With that said, the D3500 has been discontinued and is harder to find new, so you likely have to find a used model on eBay or other used retailers.